Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Bar Snacks. This is the final bit with our friend, designer, stock photo model, Terry Marks. While we finish up our third season, coming out soon, go ahead and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. We love hearing from you. Thanks. Now let's get back into it.
Okay, Terry, this is not going to be an easy question. The rest of them up to this point, let's be honest, they've been child's play.
Lobs.
All right? We're going to knuckle down on this one. Favorite album cover. Now, this isn't an endorsement necessarily of the music. We're talking artwork or experience or whatever. Although it's a bonus, obviously, if it's actual good music. Nicely to the music, yeah.
Now, which Celine Dion album am I going to know?
I know. It's too many to name.
So hard.
When you bring up albums, of course, you want to mention somehow that Phil Hartman did that Poco album cover with the blind emboss and the horse and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
But favorite album art. That's really brutal. That's hard. Because I'm trying to actually think about which one I care about. Back in the 70s and the early 80s when things were actually airbrushed, to see that stuff was really cool. And it blew my mind because I thought, how do you do that? I have no idea. I remember getting an airbrush and just like making a huge mess and doing nothing. It's like, wow, that was a waste of money.
You're like, I'm never going to sell T-shirts on the beach now.
That's right.
Well,
and then the Big Johnson fortune went to someone else.
Favorite album? Okay, part of me emotionally wants to say name an Earth, Wind and Fire album because they had good stuff, but I don't think those were as cool or as iconic. And I think this was just so iconic, and I think it was better than some of like its competitors, Boston or Yellow or something like that. Was the Steve Miller Band one with the Pegasus with the rainbow wings was just like so instantly recognizable, even though they had that kind of chocolate poo brown background. You know, it's just like, that's awesome. I mean, it was better than Scorpions Breakout with the forks in the guy's eyes. It was iconic. So I got nothing. There's better ones, but I think of all time. Okay, well, I do have to say this, and you won't be surprised for obvious reasons. All the Blue Note record stuff, I just love the way they use type and color. Like just smashing huge fields of color and hanging the type off that. Just great stuff. And in fact, this restaurant across the hall, they would do a jazz night, like on Thursdays, and I swear it's a 22-seat restaurant. We'd clear out one table and put a 4-piece combo in there. It's like, how do you do that?
Oh, wow.
And so, of course, I just copied the ethos, the visual ethos for Blue Note, and crammed it together and changed. You know, they had that little thing that said Blue Note with the oval, and just put in the name of the restaurant, and it all just worked, and everyone went, oh, jazz. And it was...
Yeah,
it's shorthand for that.
Of course. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
You're like exactly the poster Bodoni, italic, or like whatever, just all that stuff. Yeah,
lovely stuff.
The image inside the shapes, and everything was only two color.
Yeah, the duotones. I mean, you can do so much with duotones.
Yeah. Reed Miles.
Oh,
man. Yeah,
amazing stuff.
Did some incredible work.
Beautiful stuff. Okay, so Terry, what video game, either arcade or console, reigned supreme for you?
For me, it was Centipede, because
Centipede
was great. Just rolling that ball and shooting, right?
Yeah.
It was great.
Did you ever pinch your hand when you were like totally moving that ball around and you're a little bit of the meat
I was a
from,
chubby
like,
kid, but not that chubby. Yeah, my skin's integral to my body.
I would pinch.
Really?
I would pinch my hand. Oh God, yeah. Any of those rollerball games, I'd pinch my hand. Yeah.
How long would you be at the game? playing? Would you burn a quarter
until I ran out of quarters, man? Oh yeah. Well, like, so when I would play video games, it was when I would go roller skating on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And there was an arcade at the roller rink. Like, I remember, playing Spy Hunter and hitting that gas pedal wearing a roller skate. Oh, okay. So here's a question. I'm going to question one of our questions. And Todd, this will be a question for you, because this could broaden horizons a little bit. Okay. Do pinball games fall into this category?
Yeah.
Because there's some amazing pinball games.
I mean, not video, but an arcade game. A game, yeah.
Yeah. Because, just some of those themed pinball games, like all the Bali games,
so cool.
Or some of them, there'd always be, like, movies and whatever, and there'd always be all these amazing pinball games. Some of the mechanics with those, like, obviously very, very different from a Centipede or Galaga or Pac-Man or all these games we love, but very interesting in it because it was all analog, right? Like, that's what was so incredible about this stuff.
The Batman 66 one that was just released a handful of years ago is amazing.
Yeah,
played that
all this pop culture stuff.
Yeah. We're accepting those for the Two Designers Walk Into a Bar headquarters if anyone is out there wanting to donate it.
Yeah. When you say those, do you mean like pinball machines, Batman-themed pinball machines, or just arcade games in general?
Sure, yeah. But I was specifically thinking of the $10,000 Batman 66 pinball machine. But,
I think we need to start a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
They might change the middle word from fun to something else. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll start the same. The same two letters, I think, to begin the word. Yeah, but you know what? We're fine with that. We are totally... We if there's one thing that describes us, it's talented. If there's two things that describe us, it's talented and shameless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't hurt to ask.
That's right.
Okay, Terry, to answer another question, you had talked about your trip over to Europe with your football team. Now, would you say, is football your favorite sport? Like, as we're sitting here talking today, I mean, obviously you played that in an organized way or a semi-organized way, depending on whatever your story about your football team might be.
Well, I watched plenty of it in college, at least. Really close to the
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, those guys were thirsty. They made me bring them water and towels all the time.
They were really big and fast.
Yeah.
But is that your wheelhouse, do you have other sports? Like,
define sport.
Do you play the ponies, Terry?
I play My Little Ponies, but
you got my attention.
Yeah, because in Two Designers headquarters, we actually do have a My Little Pony.
That's right.
Well, I have two daughters. I've got tons of My Little Ponies in the house. At least I've seen them. I played football for 16 years. I started playing football probably because my dad played football as a kid. I think he was a All-American high school player. He played in college. He played some semi-pro.
Wow.
And I was not what you would call a slight, sinewy, or lithe child. I was 86 pounds in the first grade. And they thought, well, let's kill two birds with one stone. And they signed me up for football in second grade. And I was carrying enough oomph with me that I actually had to wear white circles sewn onto my shoulders, indicating that this child is too heavy to carry the ball because we don't want him to fall on another kid.
Were you playing for the high school team in second grade, Terry? Or
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know. You'd have to ask my brother. There's a story in there too. But no, so I was lucky enough I got to play into college, and while it was small college football, it was still just a huge kick in the pants. It was a lot of work. When I walked onto the football team in college, I just thought, I want to do this. And as you know, I'm huge. I'm 5'7" on a good day. And a guy who's a linebacker, I'm not kidding, they called this guy, what was it, Albinor. Because he was, I'm not kidding. That was his nickname. Everybody had a nickname. And the guy was huge.
I loved when he fought Mechagodzilla. That was a great movie.
This guy was a giant. I'm not kidding. Just a giant. And he was really funny. And I weighed like 170 nothing, right? I just couldn't put on weight. Remember those days? You couldn't gain weight. Anyhow.
That's a dot in the rear view mirror. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So we're doing something like punt returns or something. And he just runs up to me. Just screaming for no reason. I'm just like, what is he doing? I'm just laughing. He picks me up and throws me about 5 yards. I went, I gotta eat 2 dinners every day. So I gained like 30 pounds, so I just didn't get tossed around like a rag doll. But it was a blast. It was so much fun.
And that was the end of your football career?
And somehow I said, I'd like more of that, please.
I'd like to do more of that, please.
It sounds like this scene out of Rudy or something.
I think I could have kicked Rudy's ass. I'll just say that.
I think.
I'm kidding.
We should listen. I smell a movie pitch coming up. Tossing Terry.
That's right. It's a sequel to Rudy. It's just called Terry.
It's just Tossing Terry, I think.
I don't think you should Google search that.
Okay.
All
right. You're probably right.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Terry, what's the best Halloween costume that you've ever had? Bought or made?
Bought or made.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever had a great one. I like, you know how people do cosplay like at Comic-Con, and it's just nuts.
Oh, yeah.
It's Hollywood level stuff. That's not me. I like to do I had some extra chewing gum and some tape, and I found this old thing in my dad's garage, and I turned it into this. Like, I went as a flying monkey from Wizard of Oz because I found a glue gun and some red felt, and I made a vest. And I found some furry stuff and made a tail, and I got a wire hanger and a paper bag and made some wings, and then got a red coffee cup and a string and put it on my head and said, I'm a flying monkey. And I was just wearing jeans. I love that. I think it's kind of like, like hillbilly costumes or something. But, yeah, I went as Bob's Big Boy. Now I'm going to go with, the Flying Monkey. It was my absolute...
The Flying Monkey?
No, I'm backing up. I went as Morocco Mole once.
Oh, yeah.
It was fantastic.
Was it low budget Morocco Mole? Or
I did have one of those rubber mouse nose things, but I did have an Afifi fez, which just things that show up in your dorm room. And I was given this...
From the local lodge.
Fantastic. It has nothing to do with me running through a Shiners parade and running back out. And I was given my best friend in high school. His dad gave me this dinner jacket that was made for him, and so it had the satin sash collar, and it was green and black paisley.
Wow!
It was big pimpin'. It was so cool.
Wow.
And so those were the essential pieces, and you do the ascot and everything. And not one person got it.
It sounds brilliant. That's completely brilliant to me.
So that'd be my favorite.
I love it.
I loved it.
Good choice.
Okay, Terry. You're at the fair. You're at your local agrarian bacchanalia. What is the one thing you never miss?
I want to say the toilet. No.
But you've been known to miss that? Is that?
Yeah. Well, that explains a lot.
We all have dreams.
Yeah. If it's a bacchanalia, I say go on.
Yeah, whatever.
You do you.
The Washington State Fair in Puyallup is the big fair around here. And I moved to the town of... I went to high school, or it was middle school in the town of Puyallup. And they actually would give you fair tickets and close school and say, go to the fair. I'm like, what? What's that? I had no idea.
Wow, okay.
And the big things there are, of course, like elephant ears, which, it's like if you'd like dysentery to gain weight or throw up immediately, have a few of those and jump on a ride.
Not made with real elephants.
I know. It's just... that was a huge letdown. There's scones, which I thought were dumb and I didn't want as a kid, but now I want the scones because it's just a biscuit with jam. Because, it's tasty, it's good. But one time...
Was it deep fried or anything?
Not really, they were baked. No, they just...
Tea time scones?
No, it's not even that. They're just on a line, and they're all these high school kids who got a job at the fair who are pissed off they have to do this for money, and they're just coming off a conveyor belt and going into a little food packet like an old drive-in fry bag, there, and they throw some jam on it.
Oh, yeah, the wax bags. Yeah, okay.
But,
so how much are scones?
I have no idea.
What do you remember?
I don't know. I never cared. I've just paid for them.
How much is a diabetes treatment?
I don't know yet, but I'm willing to get there. With the right goal setting, I'll know.
Asking for a friend.
I found this thing outside the fair once. I don't speak... Ich bin nein. I don't speak German. Ich bin nein sprechen Sie Deutsch. But I think it was German. It looked kind of like a seamed taco.
It's called a pretzel, Terry. It's called a pretzel.
I think it was like Fleischkäkel, something like that. And it turned out it was just a thin dough full of beef, spiced beef, and deep fried. And I was like, I cannot get enough of these.
That sounds delicious.
Is it sort of like a pasty, in the UP of Michigan?
A lot like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Okay, yeah, I could buy that. And now you said you found it outside of a
fair?
Yeah, it was.
I'm
thinking like in a garbage can
just
or something.
Just lying on the curb.
Well, it was on top, and it was only one bite out of it. So I figure, the diaper wasn't on it; it was near it. So
I'm not going to let that go to waste.
No, that's meat.
Exactly.
What did your parents say?
One man's trash is another man's snack. That's what I always say. Yeah.
That sounds delicious.
I mean, this is bar snacks after all, so
That's right.
I think that's only appropriate.
Okay, and speaking of, we've got one more. This is for all the money, Terry. Who is your favorite lowbrow or kitsch artist?
That'd be you. Just kidding.
Oh, you stop.
This is huge because there's so many good things. That comic books blindsided me as a kid, and I thought I was going to be a comic book artist coming up. I still love to write. I still love comics. I got to do work for DC Comics. But thinking about this actually goes back to... it's like plastic parsley. You can use it over and over again. It goes back to an earlier question. You asked Warner Brothers versus Hanna-Barbera, and it comes up because not only does this guy, did he draw amazingly well. He worked for all the comic companies, Dell, Golden Key, DC, Marvel. But he also created the turnarounds, the character designs, and created new characters for mostly Hanna-Barbera, including Space Ghost, what are they called? Oh, well, he designed the Super Friends, the Herculoids. I mean, all those Birdman.
Oh, I forgot about Herculoids.
All those weird kind of quasi-hero things. Yeah. That was Alex Toth. Yeah. Alex Toth is brilliant.
Nice.
If you ever see any of his work, he's got this economy of line that I think a lot of people have emulated. It's gorgeous stuff, and come on. He sat in the catbird seat of being able to create stuff and feed it right to a giant multi-million person audience right on your TV tube. What a great job.
Wow. Okay, so Alex Toth. T-O-T-H?
T-O-T-H. Alex Toth.
That's
I think it's
great.
Toth. Could be Toth.
Toth.
Tomato.
Yeah. Potato.
Something.
Pajamas, whatever. Yeah. Well, there you have it. the final part of our conversation with our friend Terry Marks. Thanks for listening to this series, and we have a few more still to come. We're launching our third season very soon, and we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a review on your favorite podcast platform or shoot us an email. Our email address is hello@twodesignerswalkintoabar.com. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks.